Alright, testing. Can y'all motherfuckers hear me? Because I'm about to drop a bombshell on y'all. I never actually played Doki Doki Literature Club before. What? Ayo ma, this random guy on the internet said that he never actually played Doki Doki Literature Club before. Now, I know what you're about to say. Yes, I grew up with the game, and yes, I know that makes it worse, but let me explain. First off, if you expected some copyrighted music to play the entire time like the last 3 videos, then that's on you. Second, I wasn't into the whole anime-esque rom-com visual novel that y'all are into, and I bet those were just excuses for you to look at anime girls where you're just straight up stroking, jerking, jacking off, choking the chicken, rubbing the tug, getting your pole furnished, and just borderline fulfilling your darkest desires. I, unlike most of you, was, and still am, a child of God. But in all fairness, I just wasn't that interested in the premise even after being spoiled by its contents. And really the only thing I watched in relation to the actual game were parody videos, mods, artwork, and basically just the same content that spoiled the game for me in the first place. But yeah, that's really the main reason why I didn't play the original game in the first place. Because why consume the content when the gates of the entire space were littered with spoilers? So yeah, that about covers that. Since the only mods I ever played of DDLC was Monica Afterstory and DDLC Encore, those were like the closest I ever got to playing the actual game. Hell, if this channel blows up, I might play the original game on a live stream even sooner, but knowing my Peter Parker luck, I wouldn't count on that. And I know y'all peeped the hours on the screenshot I had earlier for Monica Afterstory, and no, that's not because of my weird obsession with the character, but mainly because of the fact that I recently made a webtoon about some quiet kid in a long distance relationship, and I just wanted to get into the mind of how someone like that would actually think, you know? Because it's one thing to know the game, but it's an entirely different story to know the player. And to be honest, if you click the link down below and actually read my shit, you'd see the striking resemblance in some of the characters in the webtoon itself. And if you're one of those people in the back who pee sitting sideways saying, "Oh, that artwork looks bad, you're trash, get better artwork, get better skill," all I have to say to you is that art is subjective, and my waiter just told me that they finished making my drink called Cope Harder. But in all seriousness, it would mean I have a chance at hopefully rubbing 2 pennies together if you go check out my webtoon, or even my Patreon if you're that invested, since I'll have a new chapter, or episode as they call it now, uploaded soon on the actual shit. But anyways, back to DDLC. Monica is best girl, just straight up. I don't even think I need to explain why or how, but if you really must know, then please click the white card at the right top, then get back to me with your petty comments. But for those of you who already know it's really good, then let me confide in y'all, because I think out of every single community I've seen on the internet, DDLC has to be one of the most non-toxic communities I have ever seen. And even though the tone of my voice doesn't show it, I'm being so serious. I have never seen such an unproblematic community to this extent. Hell, the only problem I've seen with this community is that the Japanese guy who married Hatsune Miku isn't the only one of his kind. And that's the most you'll find, because the other most you'll find in this community in terms of toxicity is just some weirdos that needs friends. But let's be real, what kind of community doesn't have that? But yeah, that's all I got to talk about before I incriminate myself further for being a weirdo. This is the product of the SpeedPaint that was going on in the background of the video while I was rambling on like a Looney Tune. Anyways, if you want to see the actual finished product, then please head over to my Instagram. Don't worry, it's not one of those accounts, but I'll probably see you in the next video if you plan on watching that too.